Hey, I'm Mike from Arcol, and in this tutorial we're going to be talking about parking. So I have a building created here, and you can see in the metrics sidebar in the parking section, I have required parking stalls. Now let's talk about where those are coming from. So in the metrics sidebar, on each section as you hover, you'll see a settings button show up, and we're going to go into the building settings. There's a list of all the building functions that have been created, and again, as you hover on those, you'll see a settings button. And I'm going to go into residential settings because that's a residential building I've created. Now you can see each of the area types that have been created. So this building at the moment only has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. There's no studios that I've created. And the parking is for each of these within the area type menus. And that is because I've set parking for residential to be per unit. And so in each of these area types, I've specified right here how many stalls are needed per that unit type. Now, alternatively, I could have set parking to be fixed, which would just be a total number for that entire function. So no matter what, the stall count wouldn't change for residential. Or I could do by area and say I need a stall for every X amount of square feet. But in this case, I'm going to leave it per unit. And that's where this number is coming from in terms of required parking. Now to create parking, you're going to want to create a sketch. And then with the sketch selected, open up the function menu in the right sidebar and assign it parking as a function. And you'll notice when you do that, that Arcol automatically creates stalls for you based on all of these parameters here. So there's now this new parking section in the right sidebar when a sketch is assigned the parking function. And that's where you can change your drive aisle widths, stall dimensions, etc. You can also notice that while I have that parking sketch selected, I have this grip for ADA stalls, and I can drag that around to change the position of where my ADA stalls are placed. And if I want more of those ADA stalls, that's this parameter here. I can just increase the number and more stalls will be created. I can also create an entrance or entrances here, and same thing, a grip will show up, and I can move it over to one of the sides to remove some stalls and create an entrance. Now this is for surface parking, and again, if I deselect this by pressing escape or clicking this X up here, you can see here it is counting the parking for us, so we've created 54 stalls. Now you can leave this as surface parking, or you can turn it into a building the same way you would any other sketch. So if you extrude this up with the push-pull tool and select it, then you can add floors, and now you have a multi-level parking garage. And so if I deselect this, notice there is now 216 stalls, and this acts the exact same as any building you've created. So you can select a floor, it is assigned a floor plan, you can open up the floor plan view, and you can see all the stalls that are being created. You can move around your ADA stalls and entrances, etc. So that's how parking is calculated. That's how you create parking. And now we've just created multi-level parking.